room. Yes, yes, yes.
I feel like there's sarcasm there.
No,
Was there?
Yes, I like it. I love talking to tourists.
All right, guys, welcome to Break Room. Break Room, if you don't know, we're doing this 9:30 Mountain Standard Time, and we're here just to talk to you over frothy coffee about what's going on in the daytime. So we're starting off with a chilly story, guys. It's called Polar Vortex across the country. Guys, it will bring record-breaking cold that forecasters describe as life-threatening. 250 million people across the country, or 77% of the entire population, will face temperatures below freezing this week. In Chicago...
That's the entire population of Indonesia.
Is it? You could make that up and I would know.
No, Indonesia is the fourth largest population. China, India, the United States at 360 million, and Indonesia at 260.
So you're kind of showing me up a little bit on Break Room.
No.
Seems like that was cool. Nice. I like that. So yeah, so the entire population of Indonesia will be under freezing temperatures.
Yeah.
In Chicago tomorrow, it will be colder than Antarctica.
Oh my goodness.
Antarctica. So 90 million will endure temperatures below zero. It's a low pressure system. Just move your hands.
I never knew what that meant.
Pretend this. It's a low pressure system that surrounds the Arctic region, and it's dipping incredibly far south.
Okay. Like how far south? Because I lived in Florida for, 10 years, Miami actually. And there was one time it got down to 41 and people panicked.
I can imagine people in Miami.
People panicked.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, like we need to focus on Chicago and just those surrounding areas. I mean, the Midwest is used to cold, and that's the thing that scares me. Is I think about people like my father, be like, I'm just gonna go get the paper.
Yeah, they say
I'm just gonna go. It's fine. I've been through this before. You haven't.
That's
Don't
exactly
try and be
right.
tough.
This is like
it's
dark side of the moon cold.
Right.
So they say if you stay out for longer than like 5 minutes, you can actually do damage. So you've got to be actually quite careful that you are bundled up. You can get really, hypothermic if you stay out for longer. We've already lost 2 people who have fatalities, unfortunately, in Chicago due to temperatures. One was someone who was dropped off and didn't have their keys and unfortunately froze. And I'm sorry to be so...
Unfortunately, they didn't have a friend that stays and waits till you get in
How
the door.
could you not
That's old
wait?
school. Come on. Stand and wait and make sure that door gets cracked.
Kimberly Matusek says Minneapolis could get to minus 55 this week. Minnesota's going to be
That
hit.
doesn't even sound real. I was in Minneapolis last year for the Super Bowl, Kim, and it was like -5. So what you would do is, like, as you were walking to the stadium, you would just walk for like 20 seconds and then just go into a bar.
Yeah,
and just stand there, stand in the doorway, and then come back out. All right, let's be honest. Get a drink.
That's what you
and
do.
keep moving.
Well,
yes.
you have to warm the heart.
Exactly.
Currently in Chicago right now, John says it's 5 degrees, partly cloudy. Toronto is where I'm at, and the snowstorm last night, says Kyle Baxter. So not good. Let us know where you are and what's going on. We want to make sure you give you tips. Make sure infants younger than 1 are not sleeping in any cold rooms and have adequate warm clothing such as footed pajamas. Aren't they cute?
Right.
The little lubos.
I would just say bring the kids wherever you are. That
Just
way,
be
if
with
something
them.
happens, if the temperature
You're
drops,
right.
you'll feel it as well.
That's right. Or one-piece wearable blankets or sleep sacks. Make sure you check on your neighbors,
Did
guys.
you say sleep sack?
Yeah, it says it here.
You can't roll past sleep sack.
You don't think
Because
what is
no one's ever used that phrase before.
Is that meaning a sleeping bag or a snuggie?
I think it's a sleeping bag.
Sleep sack.
But if somebody says, go upstairs and get your sleep sack, I'd be like, oh, you have a special medical condition.
Something's happened to
have
you in earlier in life that we don't have to talk
Go
about.
get your sleep sack.
Go good, and we'll talk about it later.
That's right.
Okay. Check on neighbors and friends older than 65 to ensure that their homes are adequately heated. Leave water taps, this is important, slightly open. You don't want to freeze your pipes because they can burst.
Yeah.
He's a biology major from Brown, something about water and condensing or expanding.
Pressure bust pipes.
That's it. That's what he means. And make sure you guys, this is very important, keep your pets indoors, even during cold weather. If they go outside, wipe their legs down and underbelly, free of the snow when they return indoors. I'll give you something, their temperature glands are right under their armpits. So if they get cold, make sure you're wiping that down because they can get really cold.
Right.
That's a good look.
Right. No, but I mean, honestly, this is a state of emergency, and like you have to do these things, even if you feel like you're being a crazy parent or a crazy sibling or a crazy child to a parent that's telling you, leave me alone, I'm fine.
No,
they're not fine.
No.
Make sure to check on everybody.
This is a bad one, guys. Really, really bad. In Minneapolis, let us know where you're writing from. Oh, Barb lets us know that sleep sacks are used instead of blankets for infants. So now we sound like total
Says
idiots.
the guy with 3 children.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't have
know
kids.
their names. No,
Sleep sacks.
Sleeps.
Ford's like, hey, Dad.
Is that like a baby sleeping bag?
I guess.
Okay.
Is it a swaddle? I know. I'm just saying
love
baby
that term,
words.
swaddle.
Formula. Teething? That's all I know. Also, Kim says, don't forget to clear snow away from outside vents so the gas and chemicals don't fill up in your house. I didn't think about that.
These are great tips. These are tips from people that have lived through this. This is not a game to people. So thank you for these tips and keep them coming. You give them to us and we'll give them to the people. So
that's right. Rainey is being a real pain in my patootie saying high of 72 here today.
Oh,
thanks, Rainey.
That's just hurtful.
It hurts right here, Rainey.
Yeah, you're going right after our Minnesota.
That's So we also want to talk to you guys about something that I find fascinating, and I want to know what you guys think. It's called the Apple bug, and I don't know if you guys know Apple has disabled group chat as of last night. 9 to 5 Mac is a guy that came up with this bug and shared it, I think, on Twitter last night, and I'm going to explain it by acting it out with Al Jackson. Can I borrow your phone? I'm not going to do anything. Do you have your phone?
I do.
Okay. So, guys, this is what someone figured out. Oh, cool. This is what someone figured out. So, pretend I want to see my friend Al.
Are you the leader of the resistance with this? What is that symbol? I don't know.
I feel like
there might be some elk skulls in this house.
Forever.
All right.
Okay, so this is what I do. Boop, 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 boop. I want to hang out. I want to see my friend Al. FaceTime Al. Boop, boop. You pick up.
Hello.
Hey, Al. What's going on? You know what?
What's up, girl?
What's going on? I kind of want to involve Brandon London in this. Okay, cool.
Let's call Brandon.
Hold on one second. And then what I do is I add group chat, but instead of adding Brandon's number, I add my own to the group chat. Boop, 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 boop. What it looks like on Al's phone is a ringing phone, but what I'm doing is I've now taken control of his microphone and complete video. I can see everything he says. I can hear everything he says while the phone's ringing.
Tori is annoying and will no longer be on DBL. If I have anything to say.
What a funny joke he's doing.
Every day,
he's doing the
bits. I write
bits.
a handwritten letter to the CEO of Tegna saying, please save us, please. Hello?
Hi there.
Oh, I didn't know you were still on. All right.
And scene. Thank you. So, guys, that's what's going on. Big news.
Well, yeah,
huge, and people are freaking out.
The reason I love this show is because I had a friend of mine who's a doctor in Malibu. He called, we were on a group chat yesterday with my other buddy that's a doctor in Cleveland. He says he sent us a screenshot of the 9 to 5 bug. And at first I thought it was nonsense. And then my buddy, Quay, who's the doctor in Cleveland, called me. And we tried it, and it didn't work. But I don't think he added the second number. But I did think it was strange that over the chat, it didn't. Usually, when you FaceTime somebody, because I FaceTime my kids all the time, when they don't pick up, it rings a pretty long time. It'll give you like 9 rings.
Oh yeah,
but it will turn off. But it never turned off to the point where
right.
I had to call him and be like, hang up because I needed to make a phone call. So
right, and all you're saying in that is you could record it, and it's all video is open. So if you're naked talking to someone you love. That's, you got to be careful here. By the way, that was DBL Dinner Theater when FaceTime attacks.
That's very good.
Thank you very much. Another version of Blasterpiece Theater by Al and Tori.
How many people would you say, what percentage of people are naked when you're talking to them? Or in some state of undress?
I am definitely, okay, so I walked in today wearing like fingerless gloves, earmuffs, and like an off-skew shirt. And Al said, you look like you're on the first day of being homeless. Like you're not dirty yet.
Yeah, she wasn't dirty. Just like she was like the homeless person who was like a new kid on the block. All right. Like,
anywho, I'm often without a shirt and relaxing, or at least braless, because it's like, let's be honest, I'm wrapped up in here.
I've asked women how, because as a man you don't know, how quickly does the bra come off when you get home? And I've heard people say as soon as the car's in the garage.
I've done it at restaurants.
Right.
I've left bras at restaurants. They're like, ma'am, this is yours. Yeah. And it's an awful feeling.
I can't imagine
It's terrible. And I get that plus a Spanx plus a mic pack. So when I walk home, I'm like, release me. It's like Ace Ventura.
It's almost kind of like worth it because I'm sure it feels wonderful.
It feels so good. So what we want to know about this is what you guys can do. You want to open, first off, Apple was very concerned about this. They want to be, just the anti-Facebook. And as we all know, Facebook has some holes going on with their security. So Apple, if you guys don't know, everything is proprietary with Apple. They don't share anything. So everything is under their control. Steve Jobs didn't want this to happen. So they shut down a group chat completely last night, which is pretty unheard of. And we want to help you disable FaceTime if you're uncomfortable with this. I did this on my phone. You open settings, you scroll down and select FaceTime, shocker. You toggle off the green button to turn it off your Mac, go to the FaceTime app, go to FaceTime on top of the screen and select turn FaceTime off. When the bug is activated, the person who initiated the call is able to hear and see the person's other phone, but the screen, Al's phone, gives no indication that I'm watching or listening to you. So our fifth host is actually out about this, is do you trust your technology? Or as Al has always said, your privacy's already gone. You've always said that. You're like, you swipe a card and they know what you're having for dinner that night. So is it gone? Is it not? Do you trust technology?
And also, obviously, a lot of people are across the country, from loved ones, from people they're dating, from their kids, from their grandkids. And if you don't want to like lose that connection because FaceTime is out, don't worry. There are apps like Duo, which I know Sammy uses.
That's right.
I use Tango a lot, which is a fun app.
It takes two. I love that idea. Tango.
Yeah. So Duo too.
I'm the dumbest smart person I know. I didn't even think. Sorry.
So while Facebook's down, use those apps and don't lose your connection, because I really do believe in that face-to-face connection.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm a big proponent. I know people are on Facebook. I don't care. I'm like half on my stuff.
You like your thing.
I got the Facebook portal. It is everything I dreamed it could be. It's like a 360. I now do business meetings on there. You can see the entire room. It's almost like a gigantic iPad, but the camera follows you. So when I'm on the phone with my kids, I don't have to stop what I'm doing and talk. That's a horrible thing. I don't want to stop and talk to them. But no, you can still do the dishes. You can be cooking with both hands. I mopped. I sweat.
What is it, on your phone, or is it a portal?
It's a portal that sits.
I feel like I'm in Star Trek right now.
It sits on top of a base like this.
How big is it?
But think.
Oh, it's like a thing.
Yeah,
okay.
It's like. It'd be like if my phone was this big. Sorry for this scientific. It's like this, and then it's like a decent rectangle.
Okay.
And it just kind of follows you around the room.
Whoa!
So you can just see your entire room. So
I didn't know about that. And you're
really
okay with, if that's hacked, you are kind of okay with that, knowing.
See a black man talking to some brown kids. That's all. I'm
Shocker.
Not hiding that from the
How
government.
do you do that? How could you? Rainey says, at this point, she agrees with you, Al. We have to assume that our phones, our TVs, our Alexas, our PCs are listening in. Google reads our emails. Facebook collects our personal data. Foreign and corporate powers exploit it.
And
I think I might be agreeing with you.
Rainey, let's keep it 100. How many times have you gotten food delivered? How many times have you gotten Lyft or Uber?
Lyft.
Even just those. Take away everything else. Just if you've gotten Uber in the last 7 years, 10 times a year, that's 70, then 10's a low number.
Yeah.
70 strangers now know where you live.
Yeah, that's
now take
exactly
that and
right.
extrapolate that from people that use Uber every day.
Yeah.
I mean, random
Back
people.
and forth. They know the work, they know home. They know
Right.
work, they know home.
And
They know their schedule.
People know your schedule. There's an app called WAG. I actually met those guys before.
I have WAG.
Before their app dropped. I remember hanging out with them in LA, and
I love WAG.
And somebody was like, "Yeah, they're inventing this thing called WAG," and it was like, "Yeah, somebody goes in your house and walks your dog." I was like, "Good luck with that." Then they had a commercial during the Super Bowl last year.
They're doing very well.
I was like, "Oh, let me see if I still got those guys' number."
Oh, Facebook portal.
Hello, guys. Remember me?
Hello, it's Al.
Yeah, but it's like
that's crazy.
We now let people go in your house, take your dog, walk it, and bring it back. You can have an app where people go to your car, pop your trunk, put your groceries in it. You don't know what they've done to your food, and put it back in. You have cleaning ladies that come in and out, cleaning people, not gender specific.
Thank you.
Our lives are completely open to everybody. So it's.
So do you have anything to worry about?
You pay for convenience.
Okay, so do you have anything to worry about unless you're doing something wrong, or is it fundamentally against your rights as a human being in America to have those privacy rights infringed upon?
Well, I think you're giving up your privacy.
If you want to be on Facebook, you give up that right.
Look, man, you can be off the grid. You can do it. There's a state called Alaska. Going up there, no Wi-Fi. You make your own.
Beth Overson is in Alaska right now, and she's lovely, and she's Wi-Fi.
Yes, listen, I'm just saying, but if you want to be off the grid, Montana, Idaho,
Wyoming.
There are places where you can go where you can be kind of off the grid. Your closest neighbor is 100 miles away, and those people aren't Ubering.
That's true.
Those people are not getting things delivered, and so they're giving up that convenience for their privacy. So it's a decision that everybody has to make. I personally don't care. Come in my apartment, look around, clean up if you want to. I got beer in the fridge, so I don't care.
I would like that, but Mallory Hernandez agrees with you on Facebook. Oh no, someone might hear me yelling at my kid for the millionth time to get their finger out of their nose, or hear me car singing something inappropriate at the top of my lungs. What are these people doing that's so top secret that someone shouldn't hear it for 20 seconds before they answer a call? And this brings up a philosophical point, and Mallory, thank you so much for writing in. It doesn't matter, and this is my opinion, it doesn't matter what you're saying or that it's 20 seconds. It matters that that is fundamentally against what the founding fathers put as the 9th Amendment is a right to my own privacy. 20 seconds, 10 seconds, 1 second, a minute. It's infringing on my right as a consumer to not know that I'm being spied upon. And that to me is a very slippery slope in terms of we go way far to the right with North Korea and dictatorship. So to me, you've got to be careful with just getting it over with.
Tori. I think that's a leap because
I don't know, guys.
I would say this. Based on algorithms, these computers are kind of cold and unfeeling. They're like models.
Are they like you?
So what I think it is I mean,
models.
I've bought a lot of things off of Instagram and Facebook because they
figured
out
you
what
out.
I like.
Right.
And these are things that I probably would not have found on my own. I found some really cool shoes. Found some. I got an old school turtleneck yesterday. I got that off Instagram, and Instagram was like, "Hey, this guy looks at shoes and watches, and apparently."
Are you also Ron Burgundy?
I'm moving in that phase. I'm 41. I'm ready. I want to be like an old black man at the end of the bar.
Oh, wouldn't that be good?
Burgundy blazer.
Oh, you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah,
Turtleneck.
Hitting
have
on,
a snifter.
Hitting on old women with Luther Vandross playing. I'm ready for that phase of my life.
I think we're there.
I ain't going to club with these kids no more.
I think that's where we are. But don't you? And I understand all that, and I like that. But doesn't that understand that goes against the American idea of you have free will, and those people are now telling you what to do.
Your free will is to delete your Facebook.
That's true. Instagram. That's very true. That's a great point. Now, Ben31, it's weird. I feel since I see so many convenience apps, I do feel weird that letting me know I can be low on eggs via text. Like that is.
Your refrigerator can tell you your milk is going bad. And I mean, that is a convenience. I have, look what I did this morning.
Is this not a slippery slope to like AI world?
Look at, the robots are coming for us. Okay. And we all know.
All right,
this.
let's just, no, okay.
we just need to teach our kids to
These people,
fight
it's
them.
the morning. We're supposed to give them
Look what I hooked
optimism.
up. Look at this. iRobot.
Oh, no. Is this your vacuum?
I got an iRobot Roomba. Alex, can you see that?
This is the guy who also got a bidet.
Oh, I have a bidet too.
A bidet.
Another one. And I can turn my vacuum cleaner on from right here at Daily Blast Live.
Why?
I'm just going to push clean right here. Now watch, my apartment's going to be on fire when I come up. Okay, it's ready to clean and fully charged. So,
but that's...
It is a convenience. I get to come home to a house with no crumbs. And
okay,
that means something
but
in
you
my
also
world.
come home to a house with no humanity. You have other... I understand we're already there. I'm just trying to slow it down, the inevitable. Maybe I'm being silly. Maybe I'm doing stupid. Rainey says, we're allowing courts to chip away at the privacy slowly in very small doses so that potential future dissolution of rights seems less invasive. Rainey? Okay.
Rainey's going to come for our job.
You mean Brainy?
Now, watch Rainey. We do all these points on the show today. Like, well, you know what I was thinking about?
I was thinking about the dissolution of
you know
invasive
what just
privacy.
hit me? No, I mean that's you're exactly right. There is
Rainy.
They rarely take your rights away or take your privacy. It's like little micro infractions.
That's right.
And I mean, and you see it a lot in relationships as well.
Oh, always.
Where just like,
hey, don't call that person.
Cool, yeah,
don't
and
call
just
that.
like,
Yep.
hey, you're being weird with the waiter, and then no, that wasn't. And then,
little bitty things.
Yes.
And when we talked about, if you guys remember, people having to dress a certain way, parents to pick up their kids at school, remember? And I was so against it. Again, little bitty things. You telling me how to dress, telling me what I can do, telling me it's okay for 20 seconds, telling me now it's 30 seconds I can listen in, telling me privacy's already gone. That concerns me because then where are the boundaries, right? That just concerns my right to having my space and my life. And I know I sound like a conservative who doesn't want government in their business, but that's important, I think.
No one wants government in their business until the Red Cross shows up with blankets. All right? No one wants the government in their business until, like, other countries are sending food over here and we scan them to see if there's rat poison in it. No one wants the government until your goofy cousin swam out past the buoys and the Coast Guard has to show up. That's when people want the government. They don't want the government when it's time to do what they want to do. But when they got something going on, now it's all, my house blew over. Where's the government? I thought you wanted a small government. Call your neighbor.
I always think about people who are like, I want small government, and then they're like, FEMA?
Yes.
We have a problem?
Yes.
And I'm like, yo.
Yeah, they're protesting against the government at a Medicaid office.
Yeah, that's very weird.
So, guys, look, the government does a lot of things.
It does a lot of good things. And John Venturini says...
First of all, we sound like North Korean state TV. Listen
the government is a good thing.
Listen to your government.
Listen to the government. My collar has like pins in it to keep it up. Everything's going fine in Breaker. John Venturini says an Alexa-powered bidet running on Amazon Web Services.
See, John knows.
Amazing. And
and by the way, I talk about having a bidet in my act. I was in Key West this Saturday, And after I got off stage, talking to the crowd and everything, and this couple pulled me aside and they were like, "We have the exact same model. We love it." Like there is a secret underground group of people.
Alex, do you have a bidet?
Alex, our wonderful producer, cameraman, editor extraordinaire.
Just so they can see your face. So Alex is like, "Yeah, me too. You have a bidet?"
Yeah, I got it for Christmas.
Yes, Alex talked to us.
Because of Al?
I've been wanting one for years and years and years.
Dude, so talk to me.
Am I in the minority?
Yes.
What's going on?
Tell you about it?
Yeah.
It's fresh. It's clean.
Yes.
It's very cold. I don't have the heated one.
Oh.
Do you have the heated one?
Yes. Oh, we're in Denver, Colorado, sir.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
Could
Yeah.
you?
So my wife wants to get another one for the upstairs
Yeah,
bathroom.
get one with a heated seat.
All right, I'm gonna
that
get the
glows.
model number from you later.
God!
Okay.
What is happening?
It is. Listen.
Oh God.
It's like
Oh, God.
you're just excited
to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not taking it away from you. I like joys. My Yale class on happiness tells you to savor good moments, and I'm sure you're savoring that moment.
That's Tori. We're not going to talk about your Yale class anymore.
I did take. I'm on week 7, by the way.
All right. Now I want to hear about.
Okay.
Let me
finally,
hear.
we want to know, what do you guys think also about Siri? Siri's listening in just in case you say, "Hey Siri." So
I don't do that.
I mean, that seems like
I don't do that with Siri.
It doesn't matter. Your phone is doing it.
Really?
Yeah, like I will tell you something honestly. I was in my therapist's office and I was having kind of a breakdown. This was a couple years ago. And I said this, "Seriously, I don't know if I should continue hosting." And Siri heard seriously and goes, "It's okay if you don't know." And then my therapist was like, "That's actually some good advice." And then he asked me for $800. And I put in my stand up because I thought that was funny.
Oh my God, that's
what
awesome.
a crappy thing to like know that's listening to my therapy.
Well, I read, I think a year ago,
Turn your Siri off.
that conversations recorded on Alexa or Siri are admissible in court.
Oh yeah.
So if you say, "I'm going to kill my wife" or
yeah.
something, and Alexa's like, "Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Interesting."
Solved a murder.
It solved a murder. It not only solved a murder. It can help. It can help with alibi if you're home or not. It can tell if you're home or not. If you say certain things, it can help protect you.
All right, let's just get this out. I feel like it's impossible to cheat in 2019.
How about when Shaggy said it wasn't me? I even got you on camera. Then how is it not you?
Because that is the beginning of the gaslighting movement.
Yeah.
Gaslighting is
I don't see you.
making somebody
Shaggy
believe
was
something
gaslighting.
crazy. That was gaslighting. It's like
Shaggy.
when you come home, when your partner catches you in the act and you go, "It wasn't me," and you argue for days.
And you're on
to
camera.
the point where they start to say, "Maybe it wasn't them." That's gaslighting. That was Shaggy. He was the first.
Shaggy.
He's the L. Ron Hubbard of gaslighting.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Shaggy. I love that song. Ain't baby, you're my angel. When I was in Michigan, very depressed, I'd listen to that over and cry, and then my tears would freeze. So anywho,
No, I'm not trying to be funny, but I forgot. What song were you listening to when you got hit by the car?
It's Christina Aguilera's "I Am Beautiful." Wow! He loves that story. I was walking on my way to a rehearsal of a crappy Michigan theater no one would see in the dark, and I was so depressed, and I was listening to Christina Aguilera on my Zune because I thought, who wants an iPod? I'll take the Microsoft
Sorry, I
Zune.
think it's too Zune for the story. Hello, everybody.
It was such a sad movie, you're right. And even with sadder was the guy get out and he goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "I'm fine." And then I hobbled off.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
It was like a Christopher Guest movie.
I do like that you talk about depression though, seriously, because everybody's gonna go through it, but it's like this weird journey that everybody has to go through on their own, but you don't have to.
No.
And
no.
everybody, I think I've seen it with my male friends especially. Black men who don't emote, would never tell anybody about it. I was like, dude, you were probably depressed for 4 years.
Didn't know.
And just
remember
I
the time
knew.
when you couldn't get out of bed? Yeah. Oh yeah, for a week.
Yeah, or you just drank for 4 years
or
in a row.
didn't bathe. I'm not saying about me. I'm just saying. I will say people want to know what beer you have in your fridge. What kind of beer?
Interesting. I'm not a beer guy, but I had a Partey, and so I got the IPA mix and match pack.
I like that.
Yes, I lived in LA. I love Mexican food, so I always have some Tecate in there. And I have Corona Light for the ladies, but I like Corona Light. I actually like the light beers
better.
I like the Heineken Light. And I like Corona Light.
Heineken Light is amazing, and I will tell you this.
really good.
I went to Amsterdam,
Alex
and I
is
went
not
to
with
the...
it.
No, Alex is not with us. He was with us until Bidet, and then we lost him on Heineken.
That's right.
I went to the Heineken Museum
That's
in...
that cold seat he's sitting on. He's mad
He's
about
not
his-
on board. He's not on board. I went to the Heineken Museum in Amsterdam, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you go in, and it's obviously made for stone people, because it's just one room that's like hops!
Yeah.
And like big hops, and it was like barley. And I was like, what
You're
is
like,
this?
I'm
And
a
it was
functional
like,
adult.
Yeah, and it was like water. And then every stop was just, you got a Heineken, and I was like, am I just at a bar?
Yeah.
And then you take a video, and you are the bottle in the factory, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
Very weird.
It was really
When I
weird.
did MTV Made, I was in. We taped in Louisville, Kentucky. They make Maker's Mark down there. I'm saying they make a lot of bourbon. And I saw at the end of the thing, they show you the guy that dips, because it looks like that wax tip at the top of every.
You mean that stamp
Yeah,
almost?
yeah, but
oh,
it's
no,
like
at
a
the top,
wax.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's
it looks like it's been on a ship.
Yes, each one's done individually. Like there's no.
So there's
two
a
the same.
dipper. There's a guy that's just a dipper.
that dips Maker's Mark in that.
Do you think if there's a boss, he's called the Big Dipper?
I kind of like that
A little.
one.
Are there stars in my eyes? Amstel Light is good too. That's my go-to for if I'm doing a shot in a beer, because sometimes I do. Amstel Light is a night. Why did you just shut down?
No, I didn't. Black men have no affiliation with Amstel Light.
Oh, he
It's
like
never
I was like
happened.
a brick wall came up.
It's never
Really?
happened. If you see a black man drinking an Amstel Light, he's
Okay.
a cop.
Okay.
That's not real beer in there.
Good to know. Tips with Al. We were going to let you guys go to a Heart Threads, right? Nope, we're not. We're just letting you go. Enjoy your frothy coffee. We love you. We miss you, Kelly and Jason. Bye,
Yes.
guys.